Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with the chapter 2, Adobe PageMaker. So in this video we will discuss on these 6 topics. So the first one is the desktop publishing. So even in the previous chapter we have came across the word desktop publishing, and here also we are going to learn about the desktop publishing. So what is the desktop publishing? What does it mean? So the short form of desktop publishing is DTP. So DTP is abbreviated as desktop publishing. It is nothing but which helps the user to create a layout for preparing a document using software. So it helps the user to create a layout for preparing a document using a software. That is the desktop publishing. So what are the software we have? We have so many softwares, desktop publishing softwares, and some of them are Adobe PageMaker, Adobe InDesign, and Quark Express. So these are the famous desktop publishing softwares available in the market. So the next one is the introduction to Adobe PageMaker. In this lesson, we will fully focus on this Adobe PageMaker software. How to create a document, how to create a text block, how to create a frame, how to deal with the layouts. So all these things we will learn with the Adobe PageMaker software in this lesson. So the first one is Introduction to Adobe PageMaker. Introduction to Adobe PageMaker. We have already told that it is a desktop publishing software. It is also called as PageMaker. Is a page layout software. Page layout software, which helps the user to create various types of layouts for preparing a document. So using this tool, Adobe PageMaker. So the user can create a layout, predefined layout. Say for example, the user want to create a newsletter or a magazine. So he needs various types of layouts. So he fixed the image. So he will just place the image folder here and the text block here like that. So it is easy for him to just click and drag or insert the image. Automatically it gets fitted to the page. It fitted to the folder. So automatically the text will be fitted in this layout. So this is the main advantage of this layout software. So you can easily fit the content to the page and easily create the document when compared to creating on our own. When comparing creating on our own, it is very easy and effective way to create a document using this page layout software. So what kind of documents can be created? So starting from the small size business card and till a large book, a huge number of more number of pages, we can able to create this using this page layout software. So this is all about the desktop publishing and the introduction to Adobe PageMaker. So next one is the opening the PageMaker software. How to open the PageMaker software? So whatever the software we install in the computer will be available in Start, All Programs, So for this, Adobe PageMaker 7.0, this is the version of the software. So if the version gets changed, this may also get changed. Adobe PageMaker. So by selecting these options, you can easily open the PageMaker software. So by opening the PageMaker software, a blank window will be opened. An empty PageMaker window will get opened. So the basic window will look like this. We will be having Adobe PageMaker 7.0 and the menus, and the toolbar. You will be having various tools here. So by selecting these options, the basic PageMaker window will get opened. So this is how we will be opening the PageMaker software. So let us see the creating new document topic. So to create a new document after getting open the blank document of the PageMaker software, we can go with either File, New, or Control plus N. So by selecting this option, a document setup dialog box will appear. So this is the basic. This is the by selecting these options, you will be getting a document setup dialog box. So in this document setup dialog box, you will be having the page size and the dimensions. When you select the page size, automatically the dimension will get changed. So we can also have our own dimension, and you will be having a various options like double-sided document, or facing pages like folding inwards, and number of pages, and the start page number, and the margin gap between the inner margin and the outer margin. So and the output resolution. So this is DPI, means dots per inch. So how many by increasing this, the quality of the document will also get increased. So these are the basic options we have to select while opening a new document. So once you select all these options, you will be clicking the OK button. So once the OK button is clicked, an empty blank document will be created. So in the empty document, you will be having the first one. This is title bar. So the title bar consists of the software name and the default file name. It is important, 1 mark, booking 1 mark. So what is the default file name for Adobe PageMaker? It is untitled 1 hyphen 1. So that is the important, untitled hyphen 1. So next is at the top right, you will be having the control buttons. It is called as control buttons, which consists of minimize, maximize, and the close button. So the next one is menu bar. It consists of various menus which can be used while developing a new layout. So starting from file, edit, layout, type, element, utility, view, window and help. So next one is the toolbar, that is the recently used menus or submenus, or frequently using menus or submenus will be having a small icon image, and it will be placed in the toolbar for better convenience for the user. So the next one we will be seeing this ruler. This is vertical ruler, and this one is the horizontal ruler, and in the bottom you will be seeing two scroll bars. One is vertical scroll bar and another one is horizontal scroll bar. So this is the layout area. This is the area where we are going to create a new layout. This area, this white space, it will be in the white space, and this is the outer margin, and this outer area is called as paste board. So you can have the temporarily used designs or images or the text block, you can have temporarily in this location. It will be a spacious location. So in this we can have all the elements which we are which we are going to use in the document, or which we have taken away from the out from the document, so we can keep it there. While saving the document, those elements which are in the pasteboard will not be saved, will not appear in the output. So we can easily have the elements in the pasteboard temporarily. So this is the main area, that is the drawing area or the layout area, where we are going to create the layout. So this box is called as page maker page. This box is the toolbox. Toolbar is different, toolbox is different. So this box is an important 5-mark question. So explaining all these tools in a tabular column, you can easily get 5 marks. So the first one is, so I will redraw this toolbox separately in the next image, and will explain what are all the tools available. So this is the toolbox which we are going to see now. So while opening the new document, in case if you don't able to see the toolbox by default, you can open the toolbar from the menu window, show toolbox. If you want to hide the window, we can hide it on the same option, hide the tools. Not toolbox, it is tools. So these are the two options. We can able to show the tools, and we can also hide the toolbox. So let us see one by one what are all the tools available. So the first one, I number it here. So totally there are 14 tools available. So the first one is pointer tool. You can able to select an image or an object, or you can able to click and drag an object. You can use this pointer tool. So the next one is text tool. For creating a text in a text block, you can use this text tool. By clicking this text tool, the cursor, the arrow mark will get changed to an I beam, a vertical flashing I beam. So it means that you are ready to type the text. So this is the text tool. So the next one is rotating tool or rotate tool. We can have it as rotate tool. By selecting this, you can rotate an object, or you can rotate a text block or a frame, whatever needed. So next one is, this one is cropping tool. So if you want to trim an image, if you want to cut an unwanted portion of an image, you can use this cropping tool. So this one is the fifth one is the line tool. So it is a freehand line drawing tool. So you can, by setting it, you can draw a line in a freehand manner. So this is also a line tool, but it is constraint line tool. You can draw either vertical or horizontal lines using this sixth tool. The next one is rectangle tool. You can draw a rectangle shape using this tool. So what is this? Which is similar to rectangle. It is to draw a rectangle placeholder. It is called as rectangle frame tool. It is called as rectangle frame tool. It is used to create a rectangular placeholder. Placeholder is nothing but which holds some text or images, whichever we can have it in the placeholder. So rectangular placeholder can be created using this rectangle frame tool. So similarly, these four options are. So this is ellipse, to draw a circle or oval, whatever the circular image shape, you can use this ellipse tool. Similarly, this is ellipse frame tool. And similarly, this one is polygon. You can draw the various types of images, 5-sided images, more than 4-sided images. You can use this polygon tool. Similarly, you have the polygon frame tool. And this hand symbol is used to hold an object or to select an object using this hand tool. And this one is the zoom tool. To magnify a particular content, you can use this zoom tool to enlarge the content or the image. So these are the toolbox. These are the tools available in the toolbox, which is the most important 5 mark. So you can easily learn based on the images itself. So the next is the entering text in the document. So we can easily enter a text in the document by selecting the text tool, so that you can able to create a text block. A text block will be appeared like this. A text block will be like this. You can click and drag wherever you need. So the cursor will change into a eye beam and it will be waiting the start of the text block. So this is how you can create or enter a text in the document. So the next one is the editing text in the document. So editing text is nothing but changing or modifying the text or updating the text or adding the new text to the content or replacing from one location to the another location. So these kind of activities or these kind of functions comes under the editing the text in the document. So the first one is selecting the text in the document. Selection can be done in two ways. One using mouse and other one is keyboard. Using mouse is nothing but placing the cursor in front of the text to be selected, which is to be selected. Click the left mouse button and drag towards whichever direction needed. Say for if you want to select the text towards right means you can move the mouse towards the right. If you want to select the text towards upward means you can move the mouse upwards without releasing the left click. So after you reach the point where you want to end the selection, so you have to release the left click. Once you release, the selected text will be highlighted in the blue color. So it means the text got selected. So similarly you can use the keyboard to select the text. So place the insertion pointer by using the arrow keys before the text which is to be selected. Hold down the shift key. Hold down the shift key. Press the shift key. You should not release the shift key until the text got selected. You can use these 6 additional keys with shift key. So if you want to select the text towards the right means you have to press the shift key and press right arrow. If you want to select the text towards left means you have to press the left arrow. So these two will have some confusion. So what is the difference? So for example, if you want to select up one line, you have to use the up arrow key. So if you want to select, say for example, I have this sentence, my cursor is here. This sentence, my cursor is here. Okay, so it will get, if I want to select up one sentence means up one sentence in the sense it will select. This is one sentence. It is considered as one sentence. Starting from here, it will select the selecting and this document. So this is how the selection of up one sentence will be done. So it won't select the entire line. So it will start from here. A straight line will be there, selecting before that line and the content after that part, the end part. So this is how the selection of up one line will be done. Similarly, the down one line also will be done by pressing the down arrow. So the next one, what about the home and end? Say for example, I have this line, so I have to select. So my cursor is here. If I press shift and home key means the cursor will select this part, that is till the start of the line, that is home of the line. The start point is called considered as a home of the line. So it begins here. So this text will be selected from the insertion point till the start of the line. Similarly, when you press the end, the text will be selected till the end of the line. So that is the home and end. So the next editing option is undo option. So revoking the changes made. You can press Ctrl Z or you can select from the menu edit. So to revoke the changes, which you have made. Similarly, you can redo. Say for example, the changes I have made correct and I have undo it. So I want back it again. So you can go with Ctrl plus Y. Similarly, edit, redo. So this is how you can revoke and come again with the changes. Revoke back again the changes made by the undo. So the next one is copying and moving, which is similar to the Word document. For copying, you will be using, first you have to select the text. In both the cases, you have to select the text. In copying, you can go with Ctrl plus C or edit, copy and edit, paste or Ctrl plus V. So what is the difference between copying and moving? So copying the text will create a duplicate content of the selected text. So whereas in the moving, the text in the source will be removed from the source and it will be placed in the destination or the location which we want to move the text. So here we have to do the same, select the text, Ctrl plus X, edit, cut, and similarly edit, paste, Ctrl plus V. This is all about this first 6 topics. Thank you.